Blade of Fire. First up, we have Blade of Fire. This game is giving us major Dark Souls meets Sekiro vibes, but with its own unique twist. Set in a sprawling, dark fantasy world, you play as a cursed warrior, wielding a blade that's literally on fire. The combat system is all about precision, timing, and mastering your weapon's fiery abilities. But here's the kicker. The fire isn't just for show. It's tied to your health and stamina. The more you use it, the stronger you become. But if you overdo it, you risk burning out, literally. The devs are promising a deep, emotional story about sacrifice and redemption, and honestly, I'm already hooked. Oh, and did I mention the boss fights? They look insane. Think towering demons, dragons, and creatures that'll make you question your life choices. Blade of Fire is shaping up to be a brutal but beautiful experience.
Only you.
Lost Soul aside. Next, we have Lost Soul Aside. This game has been in development for what feels like forever, but trust me, it's worth the wait. Inspired by classics like Final Fantasy and Devil May Cry, this action RPG is a visual masterpiece. You play as Kaiser, a guy fused with a mysterious creature called a soul. The combat is fast, flashy, and incredibly satisfying, with a mix of swordplay, magic, and aerial combos. The world is vast, with a mix of futuristic and fantasy elements, and the story explores themes of identity and humanity. What really stands out is the seamless blend of exploration and combat. 1 minute, you're traversing breathtaking landscapes, and the next, you're in an all-out war against hordes of enemies. Lost Soul Aside is a love letter to action RPG fans, and I can't wait to get my hands on it.
You never wanted to be a hero. But for humanity's sake, you must.
ONIMUSHA, Way of the Sword. Now, let's talk about ONIMUSHA, Way of the Sword. The ONIMUSHA series is back, and it's looking better than ever. This reboot takes everything we loved about the classic games, samurai action, demon slaying, and puzzle solving, and cranks it up to 11. Set in feudal Japan, you play as a lone warrior battling against hordes of demonic creatures. The combat is a mix of traditional swordplay and supernatural abilities, and the game introduces a new Way of the Sword mechanic that lets you customize your fighting style. The visuals are stunning, with a dark, atmospheric tone that perfectly captures the horror and beauty of the setting. If you're a fan of samurai stories or just love a good hack and slash, ONIMUSHA, Way of the Sword is one to watch.
What?
Ninja Gaiden 4. Speaking of action, Ninja Gaiden 4 is finally happening. This legendary series is known for its punishing difficulty and razor-sharp combat, and the fourth installment looks like it's staying true to its roots. You'll once again step into the shoes of Ryu Hayabusa, the ultimate ninja badass. The gameplay is all about precision, timing, and mastering a wide array of weapons and techniques. The devs are promising a more refined combat system, with new mechanics that add depth without sacrificing the series' signature challenge. And let's not forget the story. While Ninja Gaiden has always been more about the action, the trailers hint at a deeper narrative this time around, with Ryu facing his toughest enemies yet. If you're a masochist who loves a good challenge, Ninja Gaiden 4 is for you.
This is it. Execute my mission.
Tides of Annihilation. Up next is Tides of Annihilation, a game that's all about chaos and destruction. Set in a post-apocalyptic world overrun by monstrous creatures, this co-op shooter is all about teamwork and survival. You and your squad will take on waves of enemies, using a mix of guns, melee weapons, and environmental traps to stay alive. The game features a dynamic weather system that can drastically change the battlefield, and the creatures you face are as terrifying as they are diverse. What really sets Tides of Annihilation apart is its focus on player choice. You can go in guns blazing or take a more strategic approach, using the environment to your advantage. Either way, it's going to be a wild ride.
Final warning.
But I will take back everything that belongs to it. My soul.
Disorder. Now let's shift gears to Disorder. This tactical shooter is set in a near-future world torn apart by war. You'll lead a squad of elite soldiers, each with their own unique abilities and playstyles, in intense, objective-based missions. The game emphasizes teamwork and strategy, with a focus on coordinating with your squad to outsmart the enemy. The maps are huge, with multiple paths and strategies to explore, and the gunplay is tight and satisfying. What really caught my eye is the game's narrative. It's not just about shooting, it's about the moral dilemmas of war and the impact it has on soldiers. If you're into tactical shooters with a story, Disorder is one to keep an eye on. Mistfall Hunters. Next up is Mistfall Hunters, a game that's all about exploration and monster hunting. Set in a mysterious, fog-covered world, you play as a hunter tasked with tracking down and slaying dangerous creatures. The game features a mix of stealth, combat, and survival mechanics, with a heavy emphasis on preparation. You'll need to craft traps, gather resources, and study your prey before engaging in combat. The world is vast and full of secrets, with a day-night cycle that affects the behavior of the creatures you hunt. If you're a fan of games like Monster Hunter or The Witcher, Mistfall Hunters is right up your alley. WUCHANG, Fallen Feathers. Now, let's talk about WUCHANG, Fallen Feathers. This action RPG is steeped in Chinese mythology, with a focus on martial arts and supernatural abilities. You play as a warrior, cursed with a mysterious power, and the game's combat system is all about fluid, acrobatic movements and devastating combos. The world is rich with lore, and the story explores themes of fate, power, and sacrifice. What really stands out is the game's art style. It's a beautiful blend of traditional Chinese aesthetics and modern design, and the environments are absolutely breathtaking. If you're into martial arts or mythology, WUCHANG, Fallen Feathers is a must-watch. CLAIR, OBSCUR, Expedition 33. Next, we have CLAIR OBSCUR, Expedition 33. This game is giving me major Bloodborne vibes with its dark, gothic atmosphere and brutal combat. You play as a member of an elite squad tasked with exploring a cursed city overrun by monstrous creatures. The combat is fast and unforgiving, with a focus on dodging, parrying, and exploiting enemy weaknesses. The game also features a unique sanity mechanic, where your character's mental state can affect gameplay. The more you fight, the more you risk losing your grip on reality, which adds a whole new layer of tension. If you're a fan of dark, challenging games, CLAIR OBSCUR, Expedition 33 is one to watch. YOKAI on Air. Finally, we have YOKAI on Air. This game is a breath of fresh air, with its vibrant art style and quirky humor. Set in a world inspired by Japanese folklore, you play as a radio host who communicates with yokai, supernatural creatures from Japanese mythology. The gameplay is a mix of puzzle-solving, exploration, and dialogue choices, with a heavy emphasis on storytelling. Each yokai has its own personality and backstory, and it's up to you to help them resolve their issues. What really stands out is the game's charm. It's funny, heartfelt, and full of surprises, and the art style is absolutely gorgeous. If you're looking for something different, YOKAI on Air is definitely worth checking out. Assassin's Creed Shadows. First up, let's talk about Assassin's Creed Shadows. Ubisoft is taking us back to the roots of the franchise with a darker, grittier tone. Set in feudal Japan, this game promises to deliver the stealth action gameplay we all love, but with a twist. The shadows aren't just a part of the title, they're a core mechanic. You'll need to use the environment to your advantage, staying out of sight and striking from the darkness. The game also introduces a new protagonist, a shinobi named Aiko, who's on a quest for revenge. The historical accuracy seems on point, with stunning landscapes, traditional Japanese architecture, and a storyline that intertwines with real historical events. Oh, and let's not forget the parkour. It's smoother and more fluid than ever. But here's the kicker. Assassin's Creed Shadows is rumored to have a branching narrative, where your choices actually impact the story. Could this be the evolution the series has been waiting for? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.
This is the way forward.
South of Midnight next, we have South of Midnight, a game that's been shrouded in mystery. Developed by an indie studio, this one's a psychological horror set in the deep south of the United States. The game's art style is hauntingly beautiful, with a mix of realism and surrealism that gives it a unique vibe. You play as a young woman named Eliza, who returns to her hometown only to find it plagued by supernatural forces. The game focuses on exploration, puzzle solving, and survival. But what really stands out is the sound design. Every creak, whisper, and gust of wind will keep you on edge. The developers have teased that the story is deeply personal, exploring themes of grief, family, and the darkness that lies within us all. If you're a fan of games like Silent Hill or What Remains of Edith Finch, this one's definitely on your radar.
You've been keeping secrets.
Hell is Us now. Let's turn up the heat with Hell is Us. This action-packed shooter is set in a dystopian future where humanity is on the brink of extinction. You play as a rogue soldier, fighting against a tyrannical AI that's taken control of the world. The gameplay is fast, brutal, and unforgiving. You'll need to scavenge for resources, upgrade your weapons, and take down massive robotic enemies. But what really sets Hell is Us apart is its morality system. Every decision you make, whether to save civilians or focus on your mission, will shape the world around you. The developers have also promised a multiplayer mode where you can team up with friends to take on the AI overlords. Could this be the next big thing in co-op shooters? We'll have to wait and see.
Thank you all so much for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this new look at Hell is Us. We're so passionate about our game and we've worked so hard on it. The game launches on September 4, 2025 on PlayStation 5.
Glaciered switching gears. Let's cool things down with Glaciered. This survival game drops you into a frozen wasteland where every decision could mean life or death. You'll need to manage your body temperature, hunt for food, and fend off predators, both animal and human. What makes Glaciered stand out is its dynamic weather system. Blizzards can roll in at any moment, reducing visibility and making survival even more challenging. The game also features a crafting system that lets you build shelters, tools, and weapons from the resources you scavenge. But here's the twist. The game has a mysterious storyline about a lost civilization buried beneath the ice. As you explore, you'll uncover clues that could reveal the truth about what happened to the world. It's The Long Dark meets Lost, and we're here for it. Spine up next, we have Spine, a cyberpunk action RPG that's all about style and substance. Set in a neon-soaked city, Ruled by corrupt corporations, you play as a rogue hacker trying to bring down the system. The combat is fluid and combo-driven, with a focus on melee weapons and cybernetic enhancements. But what really sets Spine apart is its hacking mechanics. You can manipulate the environment, disable enemy weapons, and even turn their own tech against them. The game also features a deep skill tree that lets you customize your playstyle. Want to be a stealthy assassin? Go for it. Prefer to go in guns blazing? That's an option too. With its stunning visuals and engaging gameplay, Spine is shaping up to be a must-play for cyberpunk fans. Vindictus Defying Fate. Now, let's talk about Vindictus Defying Fate. This MMORPG is all about epic boss battles and character customization. You'll team up with other players to take down massive, screen-filling monsters that require strategy and teamwork to defeat. The game features a wide variety of classes, each with unique abilities and playstyles. But what really stands out is the crafting system. You can create your own weapons, armor, and even cosmetics to make your character truly unique. The developers have also promised regular updates with new bosses, dungeons, and story content. If you're looking for a game that's constantly evolving, Vindictus Defying Fate might just be your next obsession. Project M, Prototype, and Project Century. Alright, now we're getting into the mysterious stuff. Project M Prototype and Project Century are two games that have been teased with very little information. What we do know is that both are being developed by AA Studios and are aiming to push the boundaries of what games can do. Project M Prototype is rumored to be a sci-fi shooter with a focus on procedural generation, meaning no two playthroughs will be the same. Project Century, on the other hand, is said to be a massive open-world RPG set in a fantasy universe. Both games are still under wraps, but the hype is real. We'll be keeping a close eye on these projects, and we'll update you as soon as we know more.
And every moment. These will be essential in the world.
Oh there, finally, we have AIKODE, a game that's all about emotion and storytelling. This indie gem takes you on a journey through a beautifully crafted world filled with puzzles, exploration, and heartfelt moments. You play as a young girl named Aiko, who's trying to piece together her memories after a tragic event. The game's art style is stunning, with hand-drawn visuals that feel like a moving painting. But what really makes AIKODE special is its soundtrack. The music is hauntingly beautiful, perfectly complementing the game's emotional tone. If you're a fan of games like Journey or Grizz, this one's definitely worth keeping an eye on. And that's it for today's video. We've covered a lot of ground, from stealthy assassins to icy survival and everything in between. Which of these games are you most excited for? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any updates on these games. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Game on!